Alright. Let's play this game. Just a moment. I'm playing Scarlet Hollow. I'm a big fan of Black Tabby Games' previous entry. Slay the Princess, one of my favorite games. And I really wish I had recorded myself playing that game. Because of the choices you have to make and the way you're put to those choices. So I'm not gonna make the same mistake. I am going to record it, if just for myself. So we'll see how that goes, how this is gonna go. And mostly for myself. Friends may or may not join. We'll see. I'm a little bit, have a bit of a cold, but that shouldn't matter. Alright, I think we're just going to play. Start. My name is... Do I just go with Speedy? I think we should just go with Speedy. Right? Like... Yeah, we'll go with Speedy. You live in the city of... Oh! Oh, I'm not gonna do my own... The place where I actually live. What's, something with Vale, I think, maybe. Pinevale? I'm not sure. Let me. I want something nice. I want something cool. Pineborough. Furvale, but like the F-I-R, not F-U-R. No. Pine Hollow. Maybe something with springs. No. I think I'll go Pinevale. Oh, whoops, that's the wrong... That's Discord that I'm typing in. He, him. Confirm. Oh, what is this? Ah, okay. Traits unlock additional paths and dialogue options. Okay, I'm extremely interested in just talking to animals. So I think I'm gonna go with talk to animals. A gift and a curse. Brilliant, I'll do that. And then 2, I feel like... Hold on, let me check the rest. So a powerful build as tough as nails, the pinnacle of fitness. An imposing presence that commands the room, and a mean right hook. I feel like playing this a little bit like myself. Like I'm not playing a character, so I would also go for something that is a bit like I don't have a powerful build, so I'm not immediately interested in doing that. Mystical, strange and unusual. You see the threads of reality in ways others cannot. Interesting. So this one I already have. Street smart, good at lying and hard to lie to. Fast talker, you can read people and read the room. No door can hold you. Keen eye, observant with a knack for picking up small details. Empathetic, book smart, well read and rational. Possess a wealth of esoteric knowledge and know when to use it. A talented researcher. Hot. Extremely good looking, a natural flirt. People just like you probably because you're a good person. Well, I'm not hot. I'm not book smart. I think we're gonna go mystical. Mystical and talk to animals. I'm a weirdo. Confirm. Okay, there's no voice acting, at least this is not voice acted, so let's do that myself. You jolt awake as the bus hits a particularly nasty bump. You feel like you'd only just managed to start drifting off, and now here you are, awake again, and still exhausted. For a moment, you're hazy on the details of where exactly here is, confusing this bus with the many others that came before it. But as your mind continues to reassert its existence in the waking world, the past few days come back into focus. The long-lost cousin, the bad news, the 26 hours of bus rides with countless late-night stops in seedy depots that would have felt unsafe even in the middle of the day. You wouldn't normally find yourself traveling like this, but your cousin bought the tickets. The funeral of Perlan Scarlet. What a first name. Your cousin's mother and your aunt seemed like something you shouldn't ignore, even considering your own late mother's rocky relationship with this side of the family. But it was also more than just the social pressure of the invitation that pushed you to accept it. Something has been tugging you back to this place your entire life. There was no choice to be made, because you were always going to find your way here. So when your cousin called, you knew what had to be done. And now the end of your long journey is in sight. You're almost in Scarlet Hollow. Right, so we are in Scarlet Hollow, and I am from Pine Vale. So anyway, as I was saying... Oh no, I'm not sure whether I actually do want to give him that voice. Oh no, he's still here. He's been sitting next to you for the past 5 hours, talking at you without pause. You're not sure he even stopped when you started to doze off. At first you thought it was just being friendly, but that was several hours of one-sided conversation ago. I was up in Maryland looking for work, but mostly messing around because I was a dumb teen. Me and my buddies were doing our usual prank stuff. You know, pushing joggers into the harbor, that sort of thing. Are you serious? What's wrong with you? Yeah, I was such a shithead back then. I'm still a bit of a shithead, but hey, po buddies in effect. So this girl comes up to us, swinging her purse, yelling about how she was gonna call the cops or whatever. It was hilarious. She actually hit my friend, and he said it hurts a lot, so I guess she really was mad and not just playing. But she kept swinging, and soon enough she lost her balance and fell into the harbor all on her own. We didn't even have to push her. We had a good laugh and fished her out, and her phone got soaked so she couldn't call the cops on us. We wound up hanging out all day. She kind of became a girlfriend after that, and we've been on and off for about a year. So it's pretty serious. Though about 5 months ago, she tried to break up with me, like for real, and jeez. You ever get so mad you just want to like kill somebody? Yeah, I kind of feel like killing someone right now. I don't feel like threatening this guy. I'm just annoyed. No, not really. It's just... Oh yeah, all the time. Never followed it through with it. Of course, just genuinely engaging with it. Why are you telling me this? You don't know me. It's a little too on the nose. I think I would just be smile and pretend he didn't just say that. You smile and pretend he didn't just say that. I knew you'd get me. We understand each other. Somebody trying to break your heart, that changes a person. Makes them want to do things they never thought they'd want to do. Ha! I honestly should have killed that woman. Anyway, she's giving birth to our son right now, so I'm trying to get up to Virginia to be there for it. But I don't know if I'm, like, into that stuff, so I just wind up on a bus to New York or something instead. I've always wanted to go there. Your girlfriend is giving birth right now, and you're thinking about ditching her to go have fun in New York? After she tried to break up with you and you threatened to kill her? Hey now, I never threatened to kill her. You just told me you did. Okay, maybe over text. Just a little. But fatherhood is scary. Plus her mom is there, so it's not like she's alone. Her mom doesn't like me much, so I'd probably just make things super stressful. She'll understand. She's chill. Anyways, where'd you say you were headed? I'm not sure I want him to know that. I didn't. No need to be nasty, I was just asking. Not like I'm gonna follow you off the bus or anything. So, if you aren't getting off at my stop, then you must be headed to Scarlet Hollow, right? Or the Holler, as they call it in these spots. That's the only other stop until this bus turns around. I ride it pretty often, so I know. Almost nobody ever goes up that way. Though, come to think of it, I had a couple of buddies who went up there to work in the mine. There's a coal mine up in the Holler, you see, and there's always a job listing or two on the boards around here. I've never wanted to do that kind of thing myself. I like my lungs the way they are, thanks. I like the lungs the way they are, thanks, but my buddies got desperate enough to try it. I haven't heard from them in a while, now that I think about it. I should see if they're on Facebook. See how they're doing up there. Ha! Hope they didn't die! He looks back at his phone for once, focused on something other than you. Oh, this is me! It was lovely meeting you. Hope you don't get too bored without me around to talk to. Here, I have something for you. What? Peanuts? The stranger rifles through his pack before presenting you with a dripping bag of peanuts. Why is it dripping? What's it dripping with? They're boiled peanuts. I got them at a gas station a few buses back. I noticed you haven't eaten much, so I figured you could use them more than me. Plus, they dripped all over my bag, so I don't want to carry them anymore. Tip, sometimes picking a dialogue option establishes new facts about who you are. Okay. Are peanuts just supposed to drip? That's not normal, right? Take the peanuts, sure. Hold on, give me a second. I'll take the peanuts. Alright. Thanks. You're welcome. Now with that I leave you. Safe travels, friend. And just like that, the stranger is gone. Maybe you can finally get some sleep. Next stop, Scarlet Hollow, end of the line. Almost there. Schedule arrives Monday 11 AM. Departs Monday 11:01 AM. Oh right, so it arrives and departs and then is gone for the rest of the day. So there's one bus in and out. There's a rental here. The bus finally comes to a stop. Its brakes squealing as it deposits you in front of the Scarlet Hollow bus station. The sign at least reads bus station, but calling it that feels disingenuous. Pardon me. At best, it's a kiosk. Though for a small town like this, you're amazed there's so much as a road, let alone a bus that drives on it every week. The driver quickly shuts the doors behind you and starts the engine, kicking up dust clouds as he pulls away, eager to leave you and this place behind. Hey, Speedy. You instantly recognize the worn young woman from the few public photos on her Facebook page. She's your cousin, Tabitha. Tabitha. And she looks annoyed to be here. I'm not much of a hugger. I think I'm gonna go with the normal thing to say. I'm so sorry for your loss, Tabitha. Yes, great. Thank you. Let's get back to the estate. I don't want to spend any more time down here than I have to. Your cousin turns and motions to an old BMW parked near the bus kiosk. You follow her, clambering into the dusty relic. It doesn't take much driving before the only signs of civilization are the car you're in and the road you're on. Tabitha maintains an icy silence as she focuses on the road. Tip: dialogue options labeled Explore can usually be taken without advancing the story. They can impact relationships and unlock additional story paths, so choose carefully. Okay, so there's a lot of Explore here, a bunch of Explore here. How are you holding up? I guess we're both members of the Dead Moms Club now, huh? So, the funeral, I can't believe we've never actually met before this. Oh, okay, so we have, okay, well, okay, so we've never met before. That's a little... I don't know her. I'm not sure humor right now. I don't want to remain silent. How are you holding... Now, but she doesn't seem... Should I go with the... I mean, we're riding. I have time to choose, right? Not that this is a quick time event, but I'm imagining me just being sitting in the car, imagining, like, thinking these options over. How are you holding up? Fine. I know how you're feeling. I lost my mind too. I'm not sure whether she's... This is a typical situation. A typical familial relationship anyway. Like, I imagine that me losing my mom hit me hard. This might not be the same for her. This is a very unusual situation after all. I know. So, the funeral, it's on Sunday, right? Yep, like I told you. Sure, I should offer to help. Since I'm here, do you need any help planning? I know this stuff isn't easy. It's actually been fine. Just needed a coffin and somebody to dig a hole. I think she doesn't not want to talk. I'm not gonna go with humor, and this is like, no, so remain silent. You decide to sit in silence with your cousin as the car eases up the steep mountain road. And here it is. Scarlet Estate. Though it's seen better days, its crumbling elegance is not lost on you. Someone used to cramped apartments in grey cities. Half of this house is about to fall off the cliff. Your mother told you about this place many times before she passed, always with an anger burning beneath her words. The faded majesty you once imagined doesn't quite compare with what's in front of you. As you stare at it perched on the crumbling cliffside, you can't help but feel like it's something that should have been left to rot a long, long time ago. Ooh. You're hit with a blast of dusty air as you step across the threshold and into the foyer. Everything in this room has been here for much longer than you've been alive, each object cemented in place with layers of dust and cobwebs. You can hear doors creak on their hinges and the aches and moans of ancient floorboards as the house itself sways in the wind. Welcome to our family's humble estate. Unfortunately, due to the current state of the house, only a few rooms will be safely accessible during your stay. I wouldn't go wandering anywhere else if you value your limbs. The floors have been known to give out. If you know what's good for you, you'll stick to your room, your bathroom, and the kitchen. And the hallways, I guess. But only the hallways you need to use to get to those places. I'll show you around so you know when it's safe to walk. You can leave your bags here for the time being. I think, like, so, yeah, this is one, it's beautiful. That's not true. I'm not gonna lie. This place is falling apart. She can see that. I thought y'all were loaded, can't you? Oh, that's not me. I think, so you live here? Yeah, and I'm letting you stay here for free. So mind your manners. Or did your mother not teach you about those? Let's just get the tour over with. Follow me. I'm being a bit rude. You put your bags down and follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. She delicately steps over holes and tears in the floor, and you do your best to trace her steps. Kitchen. On Wednesdays, a woman from town comes in and does the cleaning. Her name is Janie. I wouldn't recommend socializing with her. She'll talk your ear off. If you need any food, there's fixings for peanut butter and jelly. Don't touch my mac and cheese or my ice cream. Those are off limits. Oh, and you can also access the garden through here, but it's pretty wild, so I wouldn't if I were you. Tips. Some explore options prevent you from taking others. Choose carefully. Okay. Someone okay, at this point, she pointed out that I'm rude, so let's not be more rude. It's nice. It's a kitchen. Is there somewhere in town to buy food? I might want to eat something other than PB&J this week. Is there somewhere in town we can get groceries? Well, aren't you fancy? Yeah, there's a general store. There's also a diner. I usually order my food in bulk online though, so I wouldn't be going with you. I didn't actually budget for groceries this week. General store? How very folksy. Is it? It's a store that fulfills your general shopping needs. General store just describes what it is. Alright. What's next? Bathroom. Follow me. Great. It's been hours since I've gone. As the two of you leave the kitchen, you pass by a tuxedo cat sitting on the countertop. Oh, I can talk to animals. Don't try to pet Frou-Frou. If she wants to be pet, she'll let you know. French. Ne me parle pas. Why do I ever bother talking to cats? Okay, but can I pet you? Ugh, another filthy American sticking their business where it doesn't belong. No, you may not pet me. I would sooner smear myself with sewage than be touched by your filthy ape hands. Ugh, stop wasting my time. Oh wait, that's not him. Stop wasting my time. Let's finish the tour. You once again follow Tabitha through a long, dusty hallway. Maybe after a few nights it'll get easier to navigate these spaces, but for the time being you feel lucky to have not fallen through the floors. Guest bathroom. Not much to show. It's a bathroom. I'll wait outside. Do what you must if you must. Oh god. That's horrible. It is a wretched bathroom. Piles of junk sit untouched in the corners of the room, and mystery stains paint the floor. Who exactly uses this? No, it's just... Lift toilet seat. Oh god, scram fellas, the jiggy... Oh, scram! Bugs skitter from the bowl as you lift the seat. You know, I should use the facilities regardless. The toilet is a toilet. Sure, it could be cleaner, but your business needs doing, and this is as good a place as any. Like, you do what you must and rejoin your cousin out in the hall. This is the only place I could go, and it's probably better than outside, so I'm gonna have to deal with it. Next up, guest bedroom. Last stop in the tour. Follow me. You and Tabitha briefly return to the foyer before climbing the stairs and reaching the guest room. This is where you'll be staying. The linens are fresh. I had Janie wash them last week. I had to endure a half-hour rant about her kid to get her to do it, so you'd better be grateful. An unmistakable stain coats this room. Someone has died here. No, people have died in here. Multiple. Interesting. The closet is full of old family stuff, so you can't hang your clothes up, but you can use the dresser. It should be empty. We used to sleep here. When? This house is almost 150 years old. Many, many people have slept here. And now you'll sleep here, carrying on the fine tradition of bedrooms being slept in. People have died here, haven't they? Like I said, this house is almost 150 years old. Obviously, people have died here. I guess I'll start to get settled. Follow me. I'll take you back to the foyer so you can collect your belongings. This concludes our tour. I'm afraid I must return to my duties, so you'll have to entertain yourself for the rest of the day. Don't expect to see much of me. This is not something I'm gonna ask. Did I do something wrong? Okay, this is actually fair. Okay, let's just straight up. No. Okay. We might while skipping it one or two. But I am going to ask this. I'm pretty sure. Where are you going? To work. Somebody has to pay the bills around here. What kind of work do you do? I run the coal mine, same as every Scarlet who came before me. Except for you and your mom. It requires a lot of time and concentration, so I'd appreciate it if you didn't keep me for long. Okay. Hashtag girl boss. No, no. No and no. We don't own the coal mine. She does. I'm not gonna insinuate that I do. Whatever your thoughts may be on Tabitha's work situation, you said it's best to keep them to yourself. Is there anything else you'd like to bother me with before I leave, or are we good? Did I do something wrong? You asked me to come to this funeral, but since the moment I got here, you've been acting like I suspected your coffee. What's going on? Was it something I said? Look, I'm sorry I've been testy since you've gotten here, but you haven't exactly been easy. I'm under a lot of pressure right now. What's that supposed to mean? Just stay out of my hair, okay? I have work to do. I won't keep you, but we should hang out when you get back. We'll see. There's a lot that needs to get done this week. Your cousin leaves through the front door. And now it's just you. You and this sprawling, decrepit estate. Go straight to the forbidden wing of the estate. A PB&J sounds great right now. You haven't had anything to eat all day. The only things louder than your stomach right now are the creaks and moans of this ancient place. A PB&J sounds exactly like what you need to take on the rest of the day. You head to the kitchen. You're back in the kitchen, ready to craft a beautiful peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's a daunting task given the state of the place, but the aggressive growls of your stomach outweigh your fear of food poisoning. Oh boy. To get started, you'll probably need to find some peanut butter, some jelly, bread, a plate, and a knife. I'm just gonna go focus on actually making that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. So search the fridge. As you approach the fridge, your eyes catch a note taped to the door reading, "Janie, stay out," in all caps. Below it, in separate handwriting, are the words, "Okie dokie." You open the fridge. You already feel a deep urge to wash your hands, even though you have yet to touch anything other than the handle. Old takeout. Check mayonnaise. You know what? Sure, I could just check everything here. Doesn't matter. Examine old takeout. Oh God! Why did you do that? What were you expecting? This takeout container is disgusting beyond words. A liquefied mess wholly congealed in a styrofoam shell. You can't even tell what it used to be. This substance doesn't just smell bad, it smells ancient. No! For God's sake, put it back. Your body reacts before you even register what you're doing, compelled by a deep primal disgust. You shove the container back in the fridge, pushing it into the depths of the shelves and out of your mind. Hopefully you can forget it exists and move on with your life. Check the mayonnaise. You know you probably shouldn't, but a part of you has to know how old that mayonnaise is. You pick up the jar, its label flaking in your hand. It expired 10 years ago. This jar of mayonnaise is old enough to graduate the 5th grade. Best to put it back and forget you ever saw it. Take the jelly. You reach for one of the unopened jars of grape jelly, carefully checking its expiration date. You breathe a sigh of relief when you realize it's recent. This was either purchased specifically for you, or jelly is one of the few things in this kitchen Tabitha actually uses. All you need now is a plate, a knife, bread, some peanut butter. Better close this fridge and keep looking. No, close the fridge. I'm not doing that. You return to the kitchen, closing the fridge behind you. No, search the pantry. Tabitha sure loves her mac and cheese. Take bread. You pick up one of the non-moldy loaves of bread. Great. One step closer to a satisfying snack. All you need now is a plate, a knife, and some peanut butter. Take peanut butter. The king of nut butters. And only 3% of each jar is mashed up cockroaches. Oh god. There's a dead mouse there. I only just saw. The only things you need now are a plate and the knife. Close the pantry. I'm not taking the mac and cheese. I'm going to listen to Tabitha. In fact, I might just be very boring and not check the house at all anyway. And just listen to Tabitha. I don't want to die or... You know, I mean, if... I could game this, like, treat it like a game and not just do whatever I want. But I want to do it like I do this as if I was in this situation. As if it was me. Search the cabinets. This cabinet must be where Tabitha keeps dishware and, oddly enough, the utensils. Grab a plate and a... Examine the mug. It reads, I was blown away at Blowing Rock, NC, North Carolina. So your aunt and cousin actually traveled sometimes. Even if it was only a few hours from the estate. Maybe you can route your return trip through Blowing Rock. It might be nice to see the local sights before heading home. Examine the shot glass. I survived Deb's 50th. It reads, I survived Deb's 50th. Your aunt's name was Perlan, so this wasn't from her 50th. From the few stories you'd heard from your mom, Perlan wasn't the type to have kitschy friends who gave out themed shot glasses at their birthday parties. Grab a plate and a butter knife. You grab a plate and a butter knife. This is the last ingredient you needed to make your PB&J. Time to get to work. Be right back. I return! Close the cabinet. You close the cabinet and look back to the rest of the kitchen. Explore, talk to animals, approach Frou-Frou. Frou-Frou hisses as you draw near and remains firmly in place. You might want to talk to me, but I don't want to talk to you. Go away. Sure, offer her your boiled peanuts. You extend your arm and offer Frou-Frou your bag of boiled peanuts as a token of peace. I feel like we got off on the wrong foot. On some boiled peanuts? Mon Dieu, non! Do you like living here? I despise small talk. If you won't take the hint, I suppose I'll have to take things into my own hands. Okay. Frou-Frou lunges at your hand and bites you hard. You back away. Fine. Check out the garden. This garden was reclaimed by the wilderness long ago. It might not be very safe, but who's to stop you from venturing deeper? I'll just return to the kitchen for now. I might actually return later. She told me not to go into the rest of the house. She didn't tell me not to go into the garden. Actually, you know what? Sure, explore the garden. You wander further into the garden. It's quiet out here. Oh, that's all. Okay, but can I see things? That there's like a shed. There's a gate here. A devil, an angel, and a woman. Return to the kitchen. You head back inside and close the door behind you. Make that peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Despite the state of this horrendous kitchen, you have successfully combined your 3 ingredients to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. Congratulations, you can feed yourself. A job well done. All of that hassle and it took you less than a minute to eat. The rest of the day lies in front of you. You're done here. Congratulations, you've eaten and have a full day ahead of you. What do you want to do next? No. Settle into your room. Now that you've finally eaten, the aches and pains of your journey have started to sink deep into your bones. You stumble up the stairs to your room, suitcase in tow, eager to unwind before you face the rest of the day. You stand at the entrance to your room. Okay, so I'm not taking a nap. Put your spare clothes in the dresser. You drag your suitcase over to the dresser and open the bottom drawer. An opossum lurks within. It is quiet, but angry. Afraid! Aye, friend, I know hurt. Afraid! Offer him your boiled peanuts. Afraid! Death comes for Dustin! Oh, Dustin. You close the drawer. You might as well leave Dustin be. You open the top drawer next. It's empty. As good a place as you'll find to put your clothes. Based on the state of the house, you wonder if you'd have been better off keeping your clothes in your nice clean bag, but there's no going back now. Look out the window. You can only imagine how beautiful the garden must have been in its heyday. If you owned this place, you'd totally get out there with the shovel and some gardening gloves and whip it into shape. You'd go out and pull weeds, chop trees, carve topiaries, and do whatever you need to do to return it to its former glory. And once it was all done, you'd sit by the fountain, which of course would have a little goldfish in it, and drink a floral tea while enjoying the birdsong. Yeah, you'd definitely do that. Just not right now. Check the closet. You can see why your cousin said you should put your clothes in the dresser instead of this closet. There must be decades of family history stacked up in here. I'll pick up the doll. Of course you're sharing a room with a creepy doll. You pick it up to examine it more closely. Its foot reads property of Alexandra. No need to carry this around with you. You close the closet behind you. Examine the painting on the wall. This must be an older relative of yours, judging by the dates on the inscription. You've never heard of her, but you'd barely heard anything about your aunt and cousin until a week ago, so that's not really a surprise. Maybe you could ask Tabitha about this Mary Belle Scarlet the next time you see her. That is, if she's actually in the mood for conversation. That's enough. I'm not taking a nap. It doesn't seem like there's so much else for you to do right now. Okay, might as well head to town. I'm not doing this. I'm listening to her. Now that you're settled in, there's not much left for you to do here other than head out and explore the town. You do just that. If you'd have known you'd wind up having to walk all the way back to town, you probably would have just asked Tabitha to leave you at the bus stop. Especially with how unhappy she seemed to see you. If only you could wipe the slate between the two of you clean and bury some of the tension. Though maybe her mother's funeral isn't the best time for something like that. Then again, maybe it's the perfect time. Continue down the path. It's really pretty out here. Finally, you made it back to town. The hauler, as that guy on the bus called it, has probably seen better days. It still has the feeling of an idyllic country town, but its sidewalks are cracked, and many of the storefronts are boarded up, their windows dusty with age. A chill breeze sweeps down the lane, and you shudder, suddenly feeling as if you're peering into a grave. It's a doggo! Gretchen, come back! Quit bothering strangers! Why, I do declare, who is this stranger? And why does he smell of peanut butter? Sorry about that. Gretchen can be very slippery when she wants to be. She loves to get loose and cause havoc. A pug, she's so cute. No, that continues. I offer Gretchen your boiled peanuts. Want some boiled peanuts, Gretchen? You whip out the bag and hold it in front of Gretchen. Why, yes, of course, I most certainly do! Oh, that's sweet of you. But those are probably way too salty for my little Gretch. I figured. Pugs, you're so cute. I love pugs. Charmed. I'm charmed! It is always a pleasure to meet someone with good taste. Thanks. She is cute. Sure, most of her teeth have fallen out, and she's got a couple of weird growth, but for a 17-year-old pug, that's pretty good. What's it like to be 17, Gretchen? I feel as spry as I've ever been, believe it or not. I'm sure she'd tell you she's as spry as she's ever been. I'm hoping she beats the current record holder, and that makes it to 19. And makes it to 19. Or better yet, 20! The more time we get together, the better. Isn't that right, Gretch? Oh, I plan to be around much longer than that. I wouldn't dare to leave you all on your own, lonesome Stella. Ah, but what am I doing? I got so caught up in the excitement of meeting someone new that I entirely forgot to introduce myself. I'm Stella. It's not often I see a strange face up in the holler. Every now and then there's a new crop of coal folks, but you don't look dusty enough for that. You aren't in town for the funeral, are you? The Scarlet funeral? Introduce yourself. Hi, I'm Speedy. You must be Tabby's cousin, right? Upon mention of your cousin, Gretchen mutters under her breath. One of these days I'll get that Tabitha to pet me. That's the only person I can think of who would come to town for the funeral. How's she holding up? To be honest, I've been a little worried about her, all alone up in that big house. I'm sorry, did you say Tabby? I can't imagine Tabitha ever going by something so cute. She did back when I knew her better. It's been a while. I hope she's okay. Well, something to keep in mind, but not something I should say to her. Is she always so, you know, rough around the edges? Yep, that's Tabby for you. I wouldn't take it too personally. I'm not sure what it says about her state of mind that she's still her same old grumpy self. It'll probably be good for her now that you're staying there, even though she'd probably never admit it. How long have you known her? Oh, quite a long time. The town's really small, so everybody's known everybody else as far back as they can remember. Tabby and I got a little close when we were both in the school's production of A Midsummer Night's Dream. I was Puck, and she was Mustard Seed. As you might have expected, she was more than a little prickly, but I managed to soften her up a bit in the end. But then she graduated, and that was that. I haven't seen that girl or her horrible little cat since I was middle-aged. Oh, before it slips my mind, if you're staying up in that spooky old mansion, you must have met the Frou-Frou. How does that monster fare? It sounds like you and Frou-Frou have a history. Wait, what? Are you messing with me? You can't actually talk to my dog, right? Haha, yes, this is a joke. I cannot talk to animals. Yeah, of course, that'd be ridiculous. Oh, we certainly do. Oh wait, no, this is Gretchen, Oh, we certainly do. Next time you see that devil, please send my regards. And do let her know that not only do I still draw breath, but that I very much still plan to outlive her. Oh, if you just got to town, you must be starving. I was just on my way to the diner for a coffee, and they've got amazing biscuits. My treat. Sure, biscuits? Your treat? Hell yeah! Awesome, let's go! Very cool. The pleasant aroma of greasy breakfast food hangs heavy in the air. In contrast with the empty, lifeless atmosphere of the family estate, the diner is filled with the comforting din of human life. All of which grinds to a sudden halt as the patrons realize that a stranger has entered the establishment. Hey everyone, I'm Speedy. Just in time for the funeral. Before anyone can respond, you and Stella casually slide into a booth, pretending the whole town didn't just gawk at you like a sideshow attraction. Looks like your entrance was a little more dramatic than you were expecting, huh? Folks around here don't meet many strangers as is. And with who you're related to, well, let's just say you'll be the talk of the town for a while. Hey, Stella! I went ahead and fixed you up a coffee. They quietly place a cup of coffee in front of Stella. And here's some bacon for the little lady. For me! For me! Gretchen sniffs the bacon and digs in. I see. Perfect. Hello, Gretchen. Anything for you? The name's Avery. I'll be taking care of you today. No, I'm not doing it. I'll go with just order a coffee. Just a coffee, thanks. No problem. Avery pours the fragrant brew into the empty mug in front of you. They linger after pouring your coffee, turning to you nervously. Oh, I'm sorry for your loss. Before you have the chance to respond, they're gone. Should have gone for the biscuit. They're really good. But I guess you've got all week. Maybe you'll get one tomorrow. Anyways, the funeral's not till Sunday, right? That gives you quite a bit of time to slum around town. I'm trying to think if there are any cool events going on this week. There's always the reading adventure at the library, which is supposed to be for little kids, but I do it every month anyway. Oh, and I'm pretty sure Avery is throwing a party Saturday night, so that's a fun thing to look forward to. And there's the weekly Sunday potluck. That should be right after the funeral too, so it'll be a special occasion. Is the potluck like a church thing? Would it be weird for me to come if I'm not a member? No. The Sunday thing is coincidental. It's actually hosted by the library. Not too many people go to church around here, if I'm being honest. Isn't this like the rural South? That's gotta be unusual. I know. You must seem like such heathens. There are plenty of God-fearing folks in town. They just aren't the biggest fans of the local church. Well, the building's okay, but the pastor's another story. There's just something a little off about the guy. A little creepy. You'll get what I mean if you ever meet him. And unfortunately, you probably will. Anyway, those are all the big events I can think of. As for the day-to-day, any idea how you want to kill time for the rest of the week? No idea. Honestly, no clue. What's it to you? Okay, no, that's fine. I could go. I'm looking for a connection. I'm not asking her like why she's interested. Yeah, I kind of assumed I'd be spending my time trying to help Tabitha, but with how quickly she ran off today, I'm not sure that's enough for a full schedule. That's really sweet of you, but you're right. That'll definitely still leave you plenty of time to kill. Have you thought about exploring the local trails at all? I'm usually out there a few nights a week for my job, and I'd be happy to show you around. Before Stella can finish, Avery returns, biscuit in tow. Is there nothing else coming for me? Gosh, if I had known that plate of bacon would be my main and only course, I would have waited before digging in. Hey, Winnie wanted to give you a biscuit. On the house, she sends her condolences. Thanks. It looks great. You pick up the biscuit. It's delicate and fluffy. It nearly crumbles at your touch. A warmth emanates from its surface. You don't even need to taste it to know that it is good. Divinity given buttery form. I like that mystical touches even this. You take a bite. It melts in your mouth, as if it was nothing but butter suspended in a thin matrix of dough. Truly, this is a perfect biscuit. Whoa! I've had better! Whoa! This is a really good biscuit. Whoa! I'm so glad you like it. Avery lingers at the table for a moment. So, has Stella mentioned she's famous? Oh, Avery, I am not famous. You're the only person I know who's been on the news. If that's not famous, then I don't know what is. I'm a YouTuber. Whoa, that's rad. I've never met a YouTuber before. I'd love to check out your channel at some point. Oh, thanks. It's nothing much. It pays the bills, but it's mostly a passion project, you know? She's selling herself short, Speedy. Her stuff is amazing. She hunts cryptids. I think the best video to start with would be that river one. You know, the controversial one? Oh yeah, the Catawba River Runner. I didn't expect much of the footage at the time, but it really wound up doing numbers. So the River Runner is a cryptid that's only known for a single sighting. 2 Boy Scouts thought they saw something big and weird in the Catawba River, and that's all I had to go on. But then I wound up catching this on camera. Stella pulls out her phone and shows you a clip of something in the river. Some folks said it was a beaver, but if that was the case, it'd be at least twice the size of any beaver I've seen. I also had people saying it was a dog or even a capybara that must have escaped from a local wildlife sanctuary. It was a mountain lion. I could smell it. No. Again, I keep forgetting Gretchen can speak. It was a mountain lion. I could smell its stink from miles away. I'm still not sure what it was. And I'm the one who saw the thing with my own 2 eyes. I'm not doing this or this. I'll play along. That's an honest-to-God cryptid there. No way that's a beaver or a dog. And there's no way a capybara would be swimming in a river in the mountains of North Carolina. Unless there's some North American colony of capybaras in Appalachia. But that would still count as a cryptid, wouldn't it? Yeah, until someone catches a capybara up there. Here, that would still count as a cryptid by most standards. The comment section went nuts for this footage. And from there, it spread to Twitter pretty fast. There were polls for days. I even had actual experts weighing in. It was all a really cool experience. And it meant the video did some pretty great numbers. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. Personally, I'm a fan of the capybara theory. There's always people keeping those things as exotic pets. Kind of a sewer gator type situation. Yeah, exactly. Some exotic pet owner set it free and now it will forever roam the Catawba, confusing Boy Scouts and YouTube commenters for years to come. So, speaking of things to do around town, I was actually planning on filming this week's video tonight. I was wondering if maybe you'd want to come along. It's a pretty easy one this week. We wouldn't even have to camp anywhere. I'm gonna go after the... Wait, no spoilers! I should probably get back to it instead of standing around chatting with friends anyway. And see you all around. Now that the coast is clear, I'm going after Skunk Ape. What's Skunk Ape? It's like Bigfoot, but smellier. Most skunk ape sightings are from Florida, but while I was doing research for last week's video, I came across a report where a lady from a town over claimed to have seen one on her deck, playing tug of war with her dog. And as I leave no stone unturned, I decided it was worth investigating. So what do you say, wanna tag along? Hold the camera for me while I narrate against the darkening sky, that sort of thing. That depends. Are you gonna be there, Gretchen?
Oh, naturally. I wouldn't want any misfortune to befall my beloved Stella. I must stay by her side through thick and thin, however hard her passion may be.
Of course, it's actually been a while since I've had anyone but Gretchen out there with me. Say no more. I'm in. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I actually started a channel with a couple of buddies of mine back in middle school, so it'll kind of be like a blast from the past. I miss those two. Our videos were terrible. You know, that gets me thinking. I wonder if they'd be down to come along with us, get the old gang back together. Though I guess Kanika has to close out the general store tonight, so I'm pretty sure she's a no-go. But Reese, I think there's a decent chance we could get him to come out of his cave if he's up for it. Do you mind if I make a quick call? Stella pulls out her phone and dials it, waiting while it rings. Reese, dude, what's up? Feels like it's been forever. Aw, man. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you want me to come by, or... Okay, if you're really sure. But if you change your mind... Oh, I was just calling to ask if you wanted to come out to the woods tonight. I met somebody cool in town today. He's Tabitha's cousin. I know. Yeah, just here for the week. Anyway, we're going out to look for Skunk Ape. We could take the easier trails if that would help. Dang, man. That sounds awful. I hope you take it easy tonight. I'll swing by sometime this week and we can have a more low-key hang. How's that? Yeah, I'll bring him. Talk to you soon. Bye, bud. Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of... Oh, wait, that's... again! That's Gretchen.
Reese, there's always been something off about that boy. I never did like the smell of him.
Looks like it's just you and me, pal. Did he ask you to bring me to his house? Why? He's excited to meet you, of course. I think you'll find most folks in town are. Is he okay? Is he okay? He's not feeling well, that's all. He's had a lot going on in the past, gosh, 10 years or so. But I feel like it's gotten a lot worse recently. I can't remember the last time I saw him leave his house. Oh well, it's not my place to talk about, really. I just got a little excited thinking about having him along again. He's hilarious, you'd love him. We should swing by his place sometime this week. That'd be nice. I'd love to meet your friends. Awesome. I'll make it happen. He's definitely the trickier one to meet. Kanika is much easier to track down. She's at the general store basically every day. But friendship can wait. We've got a skunk ape to hunt. So we should probably head out if we want to make it up the mountain before it's too dark. Come on, let's blow this popsicle stand. You pause before getting up. Maybe it's time to make a good first impression. Leave a tip. Leave a generous tip. Well, I mean, I will be here for the next week, maybe longer. And the biscuit was probably the best one I've ever tasted, and the best biscuit there will ever be. So I don't know what I have on me, but I mean, making a good impression here would be amazing. Leave a generous tip. You reach into your pocket and pull out a crumpled $5 bill. You know, it's a bit more than one would expect to get from such a short dining experience, but you might as well share the wealth while you've got it. You smooth out the bill before placing it on the table inconspicuously. Aw, that's sweet of you. Avery will appreciate that, I'm sure. Stella turns to leave the diner with you, following close behind. What a view. And that's the house. Holy shit. It's about to fall off the cliff. It hadn't been very cold when you first arrived in town, but as the sun dips closer and closer to the horizon, a chill descends upon the hollow, and you see your situation with renewed clarity. You're in a new place, far from civilization, and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark... Oh, you're in a new place, far from civilization and the people you know, following someone you just met into a dark forest in search of monsters. You feel... sure, but I think... I feel happy and free. More alive than you felt in years. You feel alive. The fall breeze passing through the leaves, the orange hue of the setting sun, painting the horizon, the promise of excitement ahead. It's been a while since you felt this in the moment, this present. The world around you feels almost magical. Were a mythical creature to actually manifest in front of you, it would fit perfectly in this world. Gotta love this brisk fall weather. This past summer was the hottest on record, since last year at least. You know how it is these days. Each summer is the hottest yet, until next summer, which always finds a way to be so much worse. It's just nice to feel a chill in the air and see the leaves change. Like normalcy is restored, if only for a moment. Sorry if that was a bit of a bummer. We should talk about something more fun, like skunk apes. Are we really expecting to find anything out here? That's fair. We are hunting a creature that stayed hidden from humans long enough to gain a mythic reputation. What are the odds of something like that popping out to star on my little YouTube channel? But hey, the chances are never zero, right? Do you ever hunt things that aren't cryptids? You know, like ghosts, demons, werewolves, that sort of thing? Yeah, for sure. I used to go after all sorts of spooky stuff. I never had much luck though, especially when it came to ghosts. Back when I first started doing solo videos, I'd go into all sorts of old abandoned buildings, hoping I'd stumble across some sort of activity. But nothing ever happened. It was always just me and my camera in an old house getting worked up over a gust of wind or a creaky floorboard. When all said and done, I've just been a lot luckier with cryptids. I want to believe in ghosts so bad, and I can't rule out the possibility that there really are true hauntings out there. But if there are, I sure as heck haven't seen any myself. Werewolves? I kind of lump in with cryptids. I'd be shocked if there actually were people out there who turned into animals, but werewolf lore lines up pretty well with the great beast genre of cryptid. As for demons? I don't know. I honestly don't even want to consider the possibility that they exist, because they really are out there. A lot of folks are doomed to an eternity of flames. So, let's hope all of that's just bunk, am I right? What about aliens? Don't even get me started. Did you see those UFO videos the government declassified? Aliens are definitely real, and they have absolutely visited Earth. Like, I believe in aliens way more than I believe in cryptids.
I adore my darling Stella, but she gets the strangest ideas in her head these days. Ever since her parents went away, she's been more and more foolhardy with all this critter nonsense.
Yeah, you're doing CB hunting aliens out here because we know they're real. Gretchen? We're not alone out here, but everything is cut from the same cloth. You've got to meet my friend Kanika's mom. You two would get along. Has anything bad ever happened on these hikes? You know, just curious. Let me think. There was that time back in early high school when Reese fell down a cliff. But he was fine. We had some folks from town rig up a pulley to get him out of the ravine, and his leg only took a week or two to heal. All in all, not too bad. Though I guess there was also that time I was out here alone and kinda got stuck in a cave. I was getting great footage of what I thought was a family of wampus cats, but I wasn't able to wiggle my way back out. Turns out that the wampus cats were actually skunks who very much did not appreciate me blocking the entrance to their hidey hole. And instead of running for help, Gretchen just sat outside, bored to tears. Lassie, she is not.
I object to that accusation. I made sure to give those nasty little skunks a piece of my mind, as that's what I did. And I kept Stella company, just as she would for me if I decided to hide in a hole for hours.
It took about an hour to get loose, which was pretty intense. But a few tomato juice baths later, I was right as rain. So it could have been a lot worse. Oh, and there was the time I accidentally stumbled onto old Duke's property and nearly got my head shot off. But that happens to everybody sooner or later. I barely counted. So yeah, these hikes aren't all that dangerous, all things considered. I'm sorry, did you say you almost got shot? Are you sure it's safe here? You know, I'm a little surprised to see you getting cold feet. I know we just met, but your hang is pretty adventurous. I really wouldn't worry about Duke, though. He might be a little jumpy, but he means well. And these trails are a ways from his farm. Duke is a sweetheart, Speedy. You don't need to concern yourself about Duke. And if it makes you feel any better, I've been out on the trails with him before. The man sounds like a truck crashing through the woods when he walks. We'll hear him long before he sees us. And the wildlife isn't anything to be afraid of either. The worst I've seen up here is the occasional black bear, and even they scare easy. Sure, sometimes worrying can help prepare for something, but we're as prepared as can be. I even carry bear mace. And if you're as prepared as you can be, why give in to your anxiety when you can have fun instead? Anyway, all that is to say, we're good. Don't worry. Did you hear that?
Oh, calm down, Gretchen, you old mutt.
There he is! What the hell?
Oh, Duke, you rascal!
Phew. Sorry for getting spooked, Duke. I thought you were...
Some creature of darkness.
Ah, girlie, just old Duke. Now, what the hell are you looking for way out here? Skunk Ape. Sorry I asked. And who's this you've suckered into coming with you? Wait a tick, you aren't... Is that... Yep. I see. Welcome to the Hollow. My condolences. I'll keep you in my prayers. Another stranger. Another opportunity for a salty introduction. The fucking peanuts. Keep your penis to yourself. You once again remember the dripping bag of boiled peanuts you have in your person, and briefly consider offering them to Duke before realizing that it would probably be more of an insult than anything else. You keep them hidden away. Now, both of you all head on back to town here. It's best you steer well clear of this area tonight. I'm out dealing with my own critter and won't be too appreciative if a couple fools of a scammer scare away the more sensitive wildlife. What are you hunting tonight? Something tall and hairy? Something musky? You see anything like that recently? Wouldn't you like to know? You never could stay in your business, Stella Richmond. Put that damn camera down. Oh, come on, Duke. Maybe I could help out. I'm pretty good at tracking. You know I learned from the best. That you did. But I've yet to see a shred of proof that you listened to any of it. The way you tromp around the woods at night yelling about chunka-bungas or what have you. Something's been getting at my chickens. I've lost 3 this week, and can't afford to lose many more than that. Huh. I wonder if Skunk Ape has a taste for chicken. Now see, this is why I don't come to you about these things. It ain't no Skunk Ape, whatever the hell that is. I know exactly what this is, but I know you won't believe me if I tell you. Oh, you Duke, you don't think it's... I do, actually. It's those damned mountain lions. They're out there, Stella! I don't care what your little investigation turned up. You haven't been out in these woods as long as I have. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any... Wait. Those sons of bitches are sneaky. Of course you wouldn't find any in one night of tracking. And I know for a fact that's what's been getting at my chickens. It couldn't be anything else. I'm telling you, man, mountain lions are extinct in these parts. There hasn't been an actual sighting since the 1990s. And even those were iffy. It's true. There are mountain lions out here, sure as sin. They pee on all the best trees. I can't believe you go out there on your own, on your YouTube, seeing some river monster spotted by a couple Ray schooling. Wow, let's read that all over again. I can't believe you go out there on your YouTube, seeing some river monster spotted by a couple school-age Boy Scouts as being a 100% confirmed at Appalachian cougars or some kind of far-fetched fantasy made up by Jesus like me. You made me look like a fool. I read those comments people were posting on your video. I'm sorry, Duke. I didn't mean to sick anybody on you. I just don't think it's plausible. You'll eat those words when I come carrying a mountain lion corpse out of those woods at dawn. And if you two don't want a face full of buckshot, I suggest you run home and stay out of the woods tonight. As Duke's words leave his mouth, an existential dread begins to pull at your chest. Something is waiting for you deeper in the woods. Whatever it is, the 4 of you are bound to meet it, and it will change you forever. There's something waiting for us deeper in the woods.
Yeah, I know, I'm hunting it.
What if it's not a mountain lion, though? What if it's...
Oh, don't you get started again. If your daddy could hear you now, going on about ghouls and goblins, using what he taught you to run around these woods like some kind of paranormal investigator. Do you want it to be his legacy, girl? And besides, you know my boy Bo and me are headed down to the state fair to show off Big Betty this week. We'll be gone days, and the chicken coop might as well have a big all-you-can-eat sign on it if I don't nip this in the bud tonight. You know how I feel about my chickens. I couldn't take it if I lost any more of my poor little ladies. And you know I have to put out a video by tomorrow evening.
Estella and Duke both root themselves in their stubborn insistence. The feeling from before gains form and clarity. Something fated has been locked in stone. Somebody here is going to die tonight. If I miss an update, I might lose my new sponsor. And who knows what it'll mean for my career. We all need to get out of these woods right now. If we don't, somebody is going to die tonight. Why even try to warn them? Fate is fate. There's no resisting it. You know this.
Now what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to threaten me?
I don't know. It's just a weird feeling I get sometimes. A weird, bad feeling. It's never wrong.
Are you, trying to say you're psychic or something?
Don't count on it. It's just a gut feeling. I wouldn't call myself psychic. I wouldn't rule out the possibility if I were you.
Oh, harsh both of you. You're just trying to unsettle me, so I let you all go off in the woods to film your little video.
Speedy, I think you freaked Duke out enough for one evening. Maybe we should leave the poor man to his wild goose chase.
I am not freaked out by your friend's theatrics. But if it gets you out of my hair, sure, I'm greatly disturbed. Now run along home and stay out of trouble.
As you and Stella return to the trail, she carefully looks back the way you came. Okay, the coast is clear. There's no way we're letting Duke edge us out that easy. Come on, I know a trail that'll let us get around him. Lead the way. Yes. And you don't have to worry about old Duke. He's never actually shot anyone. The trail's just up this way. Let's go. One of us four is going to die tonight. Alright. This looks like a good shot. Mind holding the camera? She hands you the camera and takes position. As night falls, my new assistant, the mysterious Speedy, and I find ourselves on a high hill in the Blue Ridge Mountains, where we'll begin our hunt for the elusive, yet pungent skunk ape. Though mostly encountered in Florida, this possible relative of Bigfoot has been spotted all along the southeastern edge of the United States, including right in this very county. Here's hoping we get a glimpse tonight. We'll check back once we're on the trail. Until then, stay searching, Stellars. And keep digging, Gretches.
And keep digging, Gretchens!
I keep forgetting he can talk. I can take that camera off your hands for now. We'll be able to start the tracking scenes once the sun sets all the way. In the meantime, we get to take in all of this gorgeous scenery. Duke may be gone, but that feeling in your gut still lingers. Something terrible awaits you. Something unavoidable. Though what exactly is wrong in these woods still eludes you. I'm not doing that. There is something wrong here. In the air, it feels oppressive, dark. You don't have to mean stinky, do you? Do you think you're smelling the skunk ape? No, something metaphorically oppressive and dark. Dang, I thought we might have stumbled across its trail. Oh well, I wouldn't worry too much if I were you. My gut usually warns me if I'm going to run into trouble, and I feel A-okay. Your quiet moment with Stella is broken by a loud, percussive snort. Oh no, the skunk ape has found us. Now it is we who are the hunted. I wish. Let's check it out. As you and Stella hear the footfalls of animals retreating into the woods, she reaches for her flashlight.
Can you hear the sweet whispers of new growth?
A single deer remains behind, staring down the beam of light while Gretchen whines and pulls at her harness.
The acorn becomes the oak, becomes the rich rod that swallows the acorn. The cycle that is stretched is not the cycle that is broken.
A deer!
A deer! And there is something uncouthly fake and vile to its odors. Let me at him! How dare he infringe upon my dear Stella's personal space? Let me at him! Your souring husk will feed the coming worm. This is good.
And then it's gone. Jeez, Gretchen, calm down. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Oh my! It seems I was consumed by a blinding rage. How very unladylike. What must you think of me?
She cannot handle deer. When she gets like this, I usually have to pick her up and hold her. She has a bad habit of slipping her harness when she wants to go after something. You're too much of a potato, and they don't make harnesses to fit potatoes, do they? I think that deer was threatening us. Or warning us. It certainly looked scary. That thing on his face, yikes. Why do you bring Gretchen with you? She doesn't seem like the safest choice for a hiking companion.
Excuse you, though after that outburst came over me, well, I suppose I could see the merit of your concern.
I actually find her to be quite the opposite. Sure, she wants to chase stuff, but I usually let her when I'm not on one of my cryptid hunts, so I can't hold that against her. I'm just happy she's still so feisty, even at her age. Pugs aren't exactly known for their good health, but here she is, running around in the woods at 17. And I feel like the fresh mountain air and exercise have helped a lot in that regard. You defy the laws of nature, don't you, Gretch? It's never too late to turn back. I don't actually think I'm really cut out for this sort of thing. Those deer generally spooked me. I don't know if you want me weighing you down. Don't be so hard on yourself. You just aren't accustomed to the sound of the forest yet. When you go on your first few night hikes, everything sounds like some horrible monster that's just waiting for an opportunity to shred you to bits. But eventually you realize it's mostly deer and raccoons, which probably won't go after you. Here, let's take a quick snack break before we get into the night's activities. Maybe some food will help settle your nerves. As you settle down to rest, Scarlet breaks open a bag of assorted snacks. What time is it? It is nearly time. I will have to save here and continue later. That's a lot of saves. Return. Okay. That's it for now.